Well, salutations, everybody. I know it has been a bit, but it's time for the crack to arrive. Once again, it has been a delight watching the wonderful joys of, well, the Premier League get itself set up before it opens up this weekend. It's been interesting to see the likes of Arsenal expand and grow. To see the likes of Tottenham bottle and become brothers to Arsenal. It's been interesting to see the proclivity of the likes of United going in for many deals and us not really knowing how good they are. Statement coming out there by Leipzig's negotiator, their director of football, stating that Matt Hargreaves, who ended up negotiating the deal for Sesko, was a relentless, ruthless negotiator, which is interesting, considering we pretty much matched what Newcastle was going to. So I wonder what makes it so ruthless. Is there plenty of add-ons? Is there extras to be entailed? Interesting to know. But with all that being said and everything being warranted and exact and beautiful, as you all know, I am the crack, and I'm here to serenade you again. Yes, indeed I am. Stupid, sexy crack. And I have on the wrong screen, because of course I do. I'm off for a bit, and immediately I already screw it up. Anyways, what's a crack-a-lackin', my friends? Doc, it is a pleasure to have you back. How is your time treating you, my friend? Have you been up to much for the last wee while? Have you been doing anything exciting? Where the bloody hell is this? There we go. Happy out. Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going scrumptious for you, my friend? Duck, God of the Quack. Yeah, your name has changed. Bit a bit. I know the feeling. It hasn't been the best of week for me. It has been about 9 days, I think, since I went live last. Unfortunately, just one of those unfortunate situations where things didn't work the way that I wanted them to, and as a result of which time has been against me. It hasn't been my friend. And the sad truth is that might continue to be the case for a bit into the future. But with that being said, how are you feeling now? Are you 20%? Are you 40%? Are you 50% of the way to being fixed? And since I was last active, we got some news within the FM community. Finally, I can end up laying my quabbles to the side, stating that I thought that Sports Interactive might have been silently closed because FM26, they gave us a little teaser and Bob's Your Uncle Happy out. I think anyone that is excited off of the teaser that we have been given for FM needs to have their head examined a little and deal in the world of realism, because they didn't show us anything and you need to have an extreme amount of copium. I do find it remarkably funny watching people lose their goddamn crap at the idea that EAFC was being showcased throughout that trailer, considering it is the main Premier League sponsor at the current moment in time. It is really, really funny seeing an EA competitor promote EA, but at the same point in time, don't be shocked if in EA 27 you see FM 26. I wouldn't, or FM 27. I don't think it'll happen on this particular version of it because EA won't bother their arse adding it, but don't be shocked if FM becomes an official Premier League sponsor as well, and vice versa, they end up promoting each other. The Premier League doesn't want them to cannibalize each other, although based on the graphics that we were going for there's a chance that maybe FM wants to. But we'll see what ends up happening. Time will tell what ends up happening. I know an awful lot of people were turning around stating there that graphics aren't the big thing for it, but they're wrong. Throughout the years, people have wanted the upgrade, and the upgrade to this particular match system was massively successful for FM. It got an awful lot of eyes on them. Even that upgrade that is currently being done, where people can end up having FIFA-styled graphics on an FM-type engine, is working phenomenally well, because people love that, even if they're not in charge of it. That bird's eye view over the head of a manager just looking onto the pitch, which is a horrible idea, by the way. People love that idea. It's the same reason why even though it is categorically worse in every single manner of play, function, situation, and technique, the player cam in an EA game or an FM game where you play as the player on the pitch is worse than the regular way you play it. However, people want that. People don't care that it's worse. People still want that. So, we'll see what ends up happening. Well, I ended up adding it after you told me to the last time, Duck. So, yes, I'm guessing you don't have the channel points, which is the reason why you're sending me a screenshot instead of an actual blurb. But it's a pleasure to end up being back at this. We're going back into the Champions League now, ourselves, with Real Madrid as we go into the semi-finals versus Arsenal in the Etihad. We probably are the favourites to win the Champions League at this point in time, if I was a betting man, simply because we were in the semi-final of the previous competition, and the game has frozen. That is... Yeah, City in the final too, which would be hilarious, because City are one of the two teams that we have a nasty deal with. Although a three England final is fantastic for England, I'll tell them that. I have been good, Doc. I've been doing a lot of training over the last week, which is one of the reasons why I haven't been on. I was exhausted after the boxing yesterday and wasn't able to do it. I ended up doing extra training last night, which is one of the or on Tuesday night, which is one of the reasons I didn't go live then, and I was just really, really busy on Monday. But life keeps you going, and you try what you can. So there's not really much more I can say other than that. Other than your bout with illness, Senior Duck, how have you been doing? If you don't mind me asking, has everything... Why is this game running so slow today? Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, we want that, but we can close you. And you. Sorry, I'm trying to see what's causing my system to run like it's in the end of a pig's arse at the moment. Bear with me 1 second. That's a wee bit better. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, that's what I've been doing there. So, you know, went to bed at 4 a.m. this morning and went to work at 10 because I slept 13 hours the night before. I hate nights like that because it ruins your feeling for the rest of it. It ends up making you feel tired for other aspects of your life. But they also can sometimes feel like the best sleeps you can end up having. So I hope you end up getting an okay night tonight as well. And feel free to head off whenever you need to, Duck. As I've always turned around and said, there's no obligation for anyone to stay. I suspect, due to me being off for a couple of days and not giving proper indication that I'd be live today, that today is going to be a very quiet stream anyway. So I don't expect many people to end up coming in. So that's about it. Well, I'm sorry to hear that the situation is getting worse. I hope it all goes well on your side, my friend. I hope it all goes better, and I'm sorry to hear if things are going difficult. Send me a DM if you want someone to talk to. But genuinely, I hope all is good on your side there. You seem like a sound person on the whole lot, and I hope that...
Victory Screech!
As for this game now ourselves... Wait for it. Please work. That was delayed, but hey, worked. Oh, the crack that is SpongeBob. I think this is the team we're going to go with. It is by far our strongest team, other than our goalkeeper and our winger. Typically, we'd have Vinny on, but he's injured. So we'll go with Justin for now. We'll have Aaron on, hope it goes well. We'll have Boston on the end there with these two playing well with each other. Everyone is in good formation, so let's hope that it goes well. Arsenal are the proverbial bottle jobs. Even in FM, they tend to end up staying true to that particular statement. Let's hope, as a United fan, that continues to roll on this weekend as well, that Arsenal end up falling down to the wayside more so than they normally do. Cross your fingers and your toes for me, Duck. We might need to. The version of that in each language is funny. I don't know if Blurp has a version of that where it rotates through languages, but if you want to send me on, like DM me, a link to a version of that isn't too long, I can create that into my own pop-up, my own version of a channel point. Like, I'll work and do a wee bit of editing on it, and I'll post that one up as a channel point redemption, Duck. So there's a task for you to keep your mind off of personal matters if you want. Anyways, it's time to see how we end up doing. So into the fray we're going to go now. Unfortunate that Burke isn't up for going up against Ajay. Good player, so I'm not 100% surprised about that, but I really wanted to see everyone be in good spirits for this now, because we kind of need it. God damn it, why are you performing so slow? This is weird. My friend Tomo, how are you doing? What's the crack? How's life been treating you? Has there been any news with you nowadays? Are you still playing with York City? Or who have you been playing with in the preceding time since the last time we conversed, my friend? It has been a while since we've conversed, but to be fair, it's good to end up having you. Is life going well? Are you excited for the start of the new season? Are you excited to see some of the Premier League games that are going through? Do you think there's a possibility that Crystal Palace will get through this weekend, still have an Eze and still have a Mark Wehe? Do you think there's a possibility that United might walk away with a victory over Arsenal? Do we think there's a chance Chelsea will fall at their hurdles and will actually start off bad? Do you think there's a chance that the greatness that is being built by Arnold Slot will start to leak? That the ship has been replaced with too many new boards, and as a result, the adhesive isn't there to be stuck in? The first week of the Premier League is always fascinating to me because the mesh hasn't come together. The teams haven't played properly in the physical state of the Premier League. I remember it's been a while since this happened, because it definitely happened in Ten Hag's second season, where we were looking fitter than most of the people on the preseason tour. And then in our first 4 games, we looked dead. Absolutely dead. So I'm interested to see whether or not a situation will happen again, where potentially some people will have overestimated the preseason and walk into the first game and just get trumped up with the energy of the below-down teams, or the teams that no one is expecting. I'm expecting Sunderland to come out guns a-blazing. I'm expecting them to come with fire and brimstone in their body. They are another case of they've basically gotten a brand new ship with the amount of signings they've ended up doing. Based on the performances that he had and the fact that he's now a 2-trophy man with Crystal Palace, you have to think that Dean Henderson is going to go into this season with the intention and the hope that he might be able to get the Goalkeeper of the Year award this year if he can do things properly. So we'll see. I mentioned it in our Discord because Benny is there, that I come back and I'm already dropping frames. Let me know if you can't hear me properly. It should all be grand, but let me know. But anyways, back to my point there. Well, obviously, as I was saying there, I think Sunderland are going to do surprisingly well. So we'll see what ends up happening with the first game against West Ham, who are a team I think that have underplayed this transfer window. I know they've brought in Todibo on a full-time deal after having him on a loan, but that's not good enough. And the other signing of the goalkeeper from Leicester is a good signing, but not enough. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm thinking that there is the potential for a lot of surprises to happen this particular game 1 week of the Premier League. I wouldn't be shocked, legitimately, I wouldn't be shocked if Gyökeres didn't score, if Sesko didn't score, and Ekitike didn't score, and Haaland didn't score. I wouldn't be shocked if any of the top 5 strikers in the league got a goal in this first game of the season. It wouldn't shock me a goddamn bit, if I'm brutally honest. What the what was that? $29. Who? Burke, you useless sack of crap. Burke, you useless sack of crap. Not only is it a tight offside, it literally bounces off of Burke's foot. Oh, that's atrocious. Their first shot of the game into the back of the net. We couldn't have had a worse start if we tried. We are not performing good here. This is concerning. Sad thing is, I don't specifically know what we can do yet. We're only 20 minutes in, so we have time to adapt to this. But they're playing through us at the moment. If they're the competent midfielder there, then they might have been able to do something. We don't even have a shot yet, and we're 25 minutes in. This is not us playing to our normal potential. The hell was that, Justin? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, Enric one-on-one with the keeper ends up screwing up. We can't be letting those type of screw-ups happen. Interesting that Aaron Ramsdale is still there. Obviously, as we said before, this has been a save that's been going on since September and was done before the latest update. So it's done with one of the original versions of the FM save. So an awful lot of the old players before the season before last ended up getting moved around. They're there. So it's interesting seeing the likes of Aaron Ramsdale with Arsenal and not David Raya. He should, I don't know what age Ramsdale is now. He has to be bonkersly old. Boston now, back down to Camavinga. Not good enough now. This is Bellingham, nice. Bad play by us. But at the end of the day, a goal is a goal is a goal. If they actually give it. Yeah. Not particularly good play, not particularly fluid, but hey, Arsenal let us have the situation there. Tito made a bad decision there. Bellingham has put 3. Junior Kawaii didn't end up making the save, and it ended up going in. So we end up taking one back. So that's not too bad for us, thankfully. So we don't need to adapt to the formation yet. We do need to give them a proper bollocking in the second half. Based on how things have been going, they have been exploiting us off of the wings. More off of their right than off of our left, but we have been far more on our left. So that means they've been trying to go down the left. Yeah, our shots have just been all over the spot. We haven't been given good shots, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Same areas around there. Ben, my friend, what's a crack-a-lack, and how are you doing? It has been a bit of time. Is the Kraken 90? Is it all going well? How is your summer period treating you? Are you excited for this coming weekend and all of the eccentricities that will come with the Premiership being back? It is still the Barclays Premiership, isn't it? Or has the Premiership been given a new name? It is still Barclays Premiership, right? No, it isn't. No, it is just the Premier League. Yeah, no, it is just the Premier League anymore. I forget now because obviously Andy's crew have a plethora of different things. Ben, you're United as well, right? Or are you Liverpool? Because as a United fan, I think it's going to be a draw myself more than anything else. It'll be interesting to see whether or not Onana starts, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not Sesko starts or comes off the bench. I would end up saying, as a United fan, we start with Sesko, and as much as people will shout at me for this, if he's fit, I think you start Onana. Now, with that being said, too, the actual player you play in that position at the moment is Tom Heaton. He has been the best person in terms of pre-season, and you know, goalkeepers are kind of like strikers. They do need to get revving. But as I've turned around and I've said before, I think there's a player in Onana. I think we can still get something out of him if we get a good goalkeeping coach in there to bollock his ear and tell him what to do. But we'll see what ends up happening. But how is life? No, shit. Okay, give me 1 second.